Today we're going to show you how to remove the system board from an SC1420 Dell server. What I like to start with here is the fan shrouds for the processors. These can be a little bit tricky because there are two parts in this here. You're going to want to unclip it and then come back this way. There's two tabs on the back of the housing here and it will lift straight up. Don't lift too far because there is a wire still attached. This one's kind of tricky if you've got bigger fingers. But there is a tab that you can depress on there and it will pop right out. Similar event for the second one. Pinch the two tabs at the top, lift straight out. Same deal, there's a tab on the board that you push forward and gently lift up. Now the next part of this is a little bit trickier, and that's actually removing the heat sinks from the processors. I like to start with removing the VRM on this side of the board. There's two clips on the inside of it on the bottom. They're a little bit tricky to see right now and to get at, but they pinch down and this lifts straight up. Now for the clips, there's little green, and they're kind of hard to see. There's green retainers on the heat sinks. You almost have to pinch and push back towards the heatsink, and they'll pop out. They can be tricky. And there's two on there. And to get the last one, you have to remove this heatsink first. And there's a little bit of, if they've been on there for a while, give them a little twist to break free of the thermal paste. And there's a tab on the side of the heatsink. You're going to want to lift back, tilt, and lift up. And now you can see that last clip here. Get that out of there. Give it a little twist. Push the retainer. Now you have access to your procs. There's going to be a release lever on the side. Sometimes you might need a small screwdriver to get at that if you don't have small fingers. Tilt that back, lift straight up. Same thing for the other one. Tilt and lift. Pop those down. You can take out your RAM too. There's going to be tabs on the sides of that. Push them down. The inside ones are a little tricky. Lift those straight up too. Now for your expansion cards, there's a green retainer on here. You're just going to tap it back and lift. And now you can pull out whatever expansion cards you may have. In my case, I have an extra card here. Lift those straight up. You can put this back down for now. Now we're going to remove the cables for your cd-rom drives, your whatever else you may have, hard drives. So these cables here have a strap. You can just lift straight up. Sometimes you kind of got to give them a little bit of a wiggle when you're lifting. Lift them straight up. You can remove your SATA from the board. Straight up on that one too. Now the power supply connectors, these are a little tricky. You kind of want to, depending on your angle and everything, the tab here is to release. These you almost got to wiggle and lift too. And push everything out of the way here. There's one last clip. Pull that back. And now I already took mine out, but there's going to be a screw right here on the board in between these two greens. You're going to want to remove that screw. Pull up on these a little bit on the green tabs. Pull straight back. And now the board will lift straight up. And there you have it. That's removing the system board from an SC1420.